Good afternoon and welcome to your third question in the parent and grandparent SuperVisa category. Okay, so from the whole team over here at fullskillsexamprep.com, we're happy to help you pass the ICCRC Full Skills Exam. This will be your last question in this category. So again, just to really drill it in once more, this visa is for parents and grandparents, of course, valid for up to 10 years in 2-year interims. Okay, there are certain requirements in here, as you know. They can't be ineligible to enter Canada anyways. And all of the other ones that we talked about before. So the LICO, the promising financial support, the medical examination, and there are some specific elements in Canadian medical insurance that they must meet as well. The LICO, again, is essential. And let's just jump right into the question here. So we have Juanita. She's from Cuba and has been living in Canada for the past 8 years. She obtained her permanent residence through the Live-In Caregiver program and finally became a Canadian citizen last year. 3 years ago, she married a man named Mike, and they had 2 kids. They divorced last year, though they are still amicable. In the application to sponsor her parents under the SuperVisa program, Juanita included everything required, including insurance, the invitation, etc. She calls you because she's worried that she doesn't meet the LICO requirements, even though she makes $45,000 per year. In order to support Juanita's parents visiting Canada, Mike promised to lend her the remaining funds. What would you advise Juanita to do in this scenario? Alright, so you might notice that I won't tell you, it'll be a surprise. Alright, so let's take a look at the potential answers here. So, what would you advise Juanita to do in this scenario? You could advise her to accept the money and have Mike write the invitation to come to Canada in order to qualify to sponsor the parents. Juanita and Mike share a child and were married, so lending the money is acceptable in this case. She meets the LICO, so she should apply. And finally, she does not meet the LICO requirements. As always, we've got you covered in all of these important areas so that you pass your ICCRC Full Skills Exam. Let's jump into the important parts of this scenario. So remember that in these scenarios, they're going to give you sometimes a lot of conflicting information or information that's just not useful as well. And you want to be able to read through it. That's the reason that we have our seminar, of course, is to help you learn how to do all that. So the important parts in here. Juanita is a Canadian citizen and she's divorced as well with 2 kids. She's worried about the LICO. Her salary is $50,000 per year. And she's wondering if she needs a loan. Alright, so back to the full question here. And if you remember those important parts, it'll help you in there. So let's take a look at that first option. She should accept the money and have Mike write the invitation to, I wrote invitation to examine, but it should be invitation to come to Canada in order to sponsor her parents. So you might be wondering if that is correct or incorrect. All right, so you do have it's important, you do have the other requirements in there. So it has to be the child or grandchild who writes the promise note and also proves the LICO. And if you remember Mike, you have to think, is he the grandchild or the child? No, he's not. They divorced. So A is incorrect for that one. Okay, you have B. Juanita and Mike share a child and were married, so lending the money is acceptable in this case. You might have an idea about an answer to this one already. Again, it's the exact same thing. Child or grandchild, not ex-son-in-law. Alright, so remember it's the size of the family unit. They're divorced, so he doesn't count in this family unit. Also, when you look at the minimum necessary income, that's actually income that she makes per year for her job. It's not the amount of money that she borrows from people. Alright, so for that one, B is incorrect as well. We'll take a look at C and D together because they're the opposites of each other. So she meets the LICO in C, and for D, she does not meet the LICO. So again, similar to the previous question, the reason I'm doing this as well is because this question is similar to question number 2, except this one is a bit more confusing. So this is just to give you a good idea of a more confusing question regarding the same topic. So again, when we go back to those important parts in the scenario, she is a Canadian citizen. She's divorced with 2 kids. She'll sponsor her parents with an S, so you can assume that means 2 people. And her salary is $50,000. So they were nice enough to send a photo as well. And you can see over here how many people are there. There are 5, of course. So if you look on page 15 of your test day data book again, you'll see that she meets the LICO. But just barely. She makes $50,000 per year, and the LICO is $49,839. Alright, so if you chose the correct answer, congratulations again. We've got more lessons coming up for you in different topics, of course. And, as always, thank you from myself, Lisette, our other staff members over here. And come visit our website, like us on Facebook, of course. And we'll talk to you soon. Okay, thanks again, and bye-bye.